Hello friends and family. This week we are sharing on drawing near, and so therefore I'll be talking on prayer as it's essential in diving into intimacy. And so before we can draw near to God, we need to realize who has drawn near toward us. That heaven was bankrupted in pursuit of love toward us. That God made the first move. And so the one day I was asking God the question, why did he come to make me his home? And he responded back with Matthew 21, verse 12 to 13, and it writes, Jesus entered the temple courts and drove out all who were buying and selling there. He overturned the tables of the money changers and the benches of those selling doves. It is written, he said to them, my house will be called a house of prayer, but you are making it a den of robbers. And so what you read here is Jesus entering the temple, which is a type and shadow of his body and his bride. That we have become the very household of God in which God possesses. And so what Jesus finds is people perverting the purpose of the temple, making it into a den of robbers. And therefore Jesus goes on to say, my house shall be called a house of prayer, not a den of robbers. And so going back to my question that I asked God, why did he come to make us his home? You find the answer written here. That we would become a house of prayer. And that word for prayer in the Greek is proseko, meaning face to face. And this was the whole goal of the cross. This was the whole goal of why God came to earth, was to bring intimacy. It was to create connection and to cancel the divide between us. It was to create a home within us. And prayer is the language of intimacy. And so the purpose of prayer isn't to get your needs met, as God knows what you need before you ask him. And it isn't to get your wants fulfilled, as you will always want something more. What it is, it's to engage in relationship where your heart is met and you connect. That is the reason why God came to make you his home. And so to end off, in 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 17, Paul says, pray without ceasing, meaning to never stop praying. And that is my encouragement to you today, is to never stop praying, not to pray for what you need and not even to pray for what you want, but to engage in intimacy, to engage in love relationship with God. And so to daily fellowship with him. And so that is the reason why God came to make you his home, to make you a house of prayer. Always remember, you are highly favored and deeply loved.